to the song. We didn't get the intro to it.
Well, that's okay.
I didn't even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody?
Oh, well.
That was a great intro, but hey, it's okay. Hi, I'm EJ. I'm the owner of this great podcast, alongside my partner in the booth and my father, also known as Dad. How you doing? How's your Christmas? That was great. Was it great?
Exhausting. Thanks to you guys.
Yeah, gotta love it. But we got a great show, though. I mean, there's something to look forward to. So sit back, relax, and get some stuff out, because it's going to be an interesting thing. We've got some stuff going on today, for once. In like this dying time of sports, we've got some stuff going on.
A little bit.
We got 5 things up on the starting 5. But we're going to get into the number 1. We're going to talk about this. This has been pretty intriguing for me. We did our NHL preview, or not preview, halfway check-in, like before the winter break, with Jeff, and we went over that. But this one is intriguing to me. The Pittsburgh Penguins has been a story. It's like a troubled solution, like a story of nothing but injuries, but somehow they are doing work that I don't think anybody else really could do with that injuries.
Yeah,
you're a Penguins fan. Go ahead.
Well, they went 10-2 last month. Did it without a lot of their big guys. Malkin missed time. Letang was hurt for most of the month. Crosby's been out. Gensel's now out for the year. And they just keep winning. I mean, they just keep on winning. And I mean, 10-2 with that banged up crew. I don't know what else to say. Great job by Mike Sullivan, keeping this team together and playing despite difficulties. That's all I can really say. They're gonna have to do something if they're gonna remain relevant, though. They can only poach from Scranton Wilkes-Barre so long. They're gonna run out of talent there to steal from. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm going to a game apparently on the 8th. Going apparently to a game on my birthday. I don't know. But
that's interesting.
Yeah. Well, the only thing I could really say is, it's a division. I mean, they could be. They're lucky that they're not competing in like the Central or something. They'd be down a few.
Well, the game I'm putting on right now, Devils Islanders. Islanders are rolling just like they did last year because they play so well as a team. But the Capitals are still 7-8 points ahead of everybody in the division. But anything can happen. So
especially the second round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Anyway, so now we're going to jump into something that people have been kind of anticipating, but not really, because the thing that everybody's really been anticipating is after that. But here comes the NFL playoff picks, because this isn't a sports show without football. Well,
No,
we have it. So, and
definitely not.
It's an important week. Sadly, the Steelers are not in it. But we obviously didn't deserve to be in it if we didn't make it. So.
No, and I kept telling you guys they weren't going to make it. But hey, what do I know?
But yeah, no, NFL playoffs. We're going to make our first round predictions.
Yeah. So the wild card round. So the teams that have buys, obviously. You've got the 49ers, the Ravens, the Chiefs, and the Packers. They're all sitting at home, chilling out. It's good to see both of the young bloods joining this evening, Mark and Bob. Hello, guys. So first of all, who do the Steelers get this weekend? Yeah, okay, Mark. How many Super Bowls have the Ravens won? Catch up. So first of all, Saturday at 4:30, you got the first wild card game, and that's the Bills at the Texans.
It's a tough game for both.
Yeah, it is. Bills lost a game to the Jets, although I don't know if they sat anybody or what they did, because I didn't watch. But honestly, the Texans didn't look all that great either, although they sat a bunch of guys. So you don't know what teams are looking like going into the playoffs here. I can tell you from what we saw of the Bills, obviously they're good.
Yeah.
And we've seen some of the Texans this year. What are your thoughts on the game?
Well, I was thinking originally that the Texans are just going to roll them, but at the same time, I feel like there's going to be some Buffalo Bill action like in the first half that just may or may not put the game out of reach. I'm going to go with an upset, and I'm going to say Buffalo wins this game by a field goal.
Yeah, and I'm not so sure that that's an upset. I like Buffalo as well. Call me crazy, but I like Buffalo. I want them to do better. However, I'm going to go the opposite way that you did, and I'm going to say the Texans are going to win this. I think it's a 4-point win for the Texans at home. I'm just not sure that Buffalo has the playoff experience. The Texans, however, do have some, and they've got some veteran leadership in the locker room, so I like the Texans by 4.
All right.
The Saturday night game is the most intriguing one. At least I believe that it is. This would be the red-hot Tennessee Titans going up against the surprisingly now all of a sudden cold New England Patriots, who, by virtue of losing again to Miami on Sunday, got themselves knocked out of a first-round bye because the Chiefs won, Patriots lost, and so now you got to go out and play again. And Brady looks hurt to me, guys. He looks like he's hurt.
I'm letting you go first on this one.
Yeah, he looks hurt. I like the Titans as a team. I'm pulling for the Titans. Patriots are going to win this game by a touchdown. Patriots are just too darn good when it comes to the playoffs. They have too much experience. So, what do you got?
Yeah, I agree with what you said. I mean, the Patriots, as much as they have pretty much stunk these past 2-3 weeks, it's just not as good as what they've been doing, like seasons before. But and Brady's getting older, and you can argue that. And I know that there's some people who don't like the Steelers apparently on this one. You can say Ben Roethlisberger's getting old, but let me tell you something. We haven't gotten a chance to really see him play this season, but we got the chance to see Tom Brady take entire seasons of beating. He hurt his arm, and that's it, and he didn't see sat for the rest of the season. Tom Brady took beaten after beaten over and over again. But I am still saying Patriots are winning primarily because that's how this usually goes. So, gonna go with the narrative. There we go.
Yeah, and I gotta agree with Mark. Patriots cheat too good to lose, and now that you brought it up, Mark, are you kidding me? They were filming the team on the sideline. Get real.
The Bengals, yeah.
You would. It's the Bengals, guys.
Sad.
Come on.
Like you have to.
But honestly, how do you? I don't get this. Anyways, okay. So that's your 2 Saturday wildcard games. Then Sunday at 1:00, it's the Vikings at the Saints. Go ahead. I already know who I'm picking in this one.
Well, I mean, I like the Vikings doing with the. I mean, they've got a strong running game. Their defense has been showing up lately, but the Saints at the same time. Is it at the Saints? That place is loud.
Yep.
That place is really loud.
Well, listen, the Vikings they play mainly indoors too, so they're used to the sound.
The question is, though, is there going to be a Minneapolis Miracle the last time that these two teams met in the playoffs? Also in New Orleans, Minnesota won in the last 2 seconds of the game. So there's that you got to think about, but I don't think that's going to happen this year. I think New Orleans is taking this game.
Yeah, I do too. I think New Orleans is going to roll. Unfortunately,
Michael Thomas.
As good as the Vikings have looked at times. Sorry, the Saints are going to roll you. Saints by 10. And then finally, Sunday afternoon, the late game, Seahawks at the Eagles. In the ultimate stupidity on how the NFL sets up things, the team with the considerably better record has to travel all the way across the country to play at the team that pretty much backed into the playoffs this year, which was the Eagles. I'm sorry, Eagles. Your season's over. Seahawks are looking really good, and I think they're going to come up and into Philly, and I think they're going to beat you guys. It'll be a little bit closer score-wise. I think what's going to happen is I think the Seahawks are going to get down deep in on the Eagles several times and not come away with touchdowns. But what I think is going to happen is I think the Eagles are going to get beat. I think they're out. I think they're going to lose by a touchdown. I think Seahawks are advancing. What do you got?
Yeah, no, I know a certain someone who's losing his job because he's going across the country to watch the game. So rip, because you're probably going to lose your job for not calling off and moving. Anyway, so talking about the actual game, Seattle and Philadelphia shouldn't be an actual thing. In fact, as much as I'm a Steelers fan, I honestly think I would have been funnier to watch the Cowboys get destroyed, but hey, that's just me. Anyway, Seattle's walking into this game, and the Eagles are going to get spanked. I'm sorry, it's not even close. I think this is a 28-point game. This is not close. And Philadelphia, this time, when you lose, don't burn your city down. Don't rip your statues down, okay? Make the rest of us in Pennsylvania look at least half decent.
Yeah. Get ready because
Evacuate Philly.
The police are going to spray all the light poles and stuff again like they did last year. So the last time the Eagles won something, so the fans couldn't climb up them, spray them with oil or whatever they did with it. Really funny. So I think the next order of business was going to be the college football final, but we're going to hold off on that till next week. We're going to talk about the two, so because there's another week before the game.
Yeah, we were originally going to do something with the college final, but
yeah, honestly, we watched the other two games. Honestly, they went as far as calling winners. We both called the winners, no question. And I think we called the Clemson game pretty close on. Didn't think LSU would blow Oklahoma out as badly as they did.
That was bad.
Of the 4 teams, we all were saying Oklahoma's the one that just doesn't fit in the picture here. That being said, LSU, my gosh, just humiliated Oklahoma, and that was sad. Sitting here watching that game, honestly, we turned it off after a while. It was just like, wow, there's no way anybody was going to come back from that beating. But
yeah.
But the other game went about as what we thought. Tight, controversial call. Clemson pulls away, wins it. I don't know. We'll have to talk a little bit more about the game, the national championship game. It's on the 13th, so we'll have another show before that, and we'll get our picks in next week.
That game was funny because we were watching the Oklahoma game, and it's 7-7, and I'm looking and I'm going on a shopping spree because I got Amazon money, and I'm going on a shopping spree, and it's 7-7. I look back up after I'm done, and it's 21-7, and I'm just like, oh yeah, what happened?
You mean you couldn't hear me? Oh, I was sitting right here. You were over there. I'm going, oh, another touchdown. Oh, another touchdown. And it just kept coming and coming. I've never seen a first half like that. That was insane. Not in a bowl, a high caliber bowl game with 2 highly ranked teams like that. Crazy. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I don't even want to get into the debate of how are the teams picked and so on. Sean, I'm gonna have to say I think they did get robbed on that call. I agree with you. The problem is we were on the show here last week and called Clemson. Listen, as much as people may not like Clemson or up and down or whatever, I love Dabo Swinney. I think he's great, and I don't think he's a guy that gets taken advantage of. In fact, I think he's a guy that takes advantage of things. So I think that's a big it was a big win for Clemson. Unfortunately for Ohio State, I think they got exposed a little bit in a couple of their prior games, especially the Penn State game and some others. They a couple of weaknesses they had.
Oh, shout out.
They'll bounce back though.
Shout out to Julian Fleming from Southern Columbia.
Yeah.
He was playing in the All-American Bowl. I'm not sure when that is, but he's going to Ohio State.
Oh, yeah.
He committed a month ago, maybe.
Yeah, he committed. He
He's
committed
really
a while
good.
ago. He
But
committed
shout
a
out
great
to a
while ago.
local NEPA football player. guy.
Top-ranked offensive player recruit in the country. So it's not just a local guy. On most boards, he was the number one player recruited out there. So whatever, we'll go watch for Julian Fleming next year. All right, so now we are down to number 4. Let's talk about that Winter Classic game yesterday, man.
Oh, my boys got it done. They got it done. I'm so excited because I waited for years for this to happen because the Blackhawks. Oh yeah, no, the Blackhawks again. Oh, the Blackhawks again. And finally the Stars and the Predators. A different setting, It's not Chicago or Boston getting it, I'm so excited. And I at first was like, okay, we're going to lose this game. But then it inched closer, and we were winning like 2 and 3 in a row, and we came back down 3-0 against the Coyotes. Came back after beating the Avalanche in a shootout. Then we came back and beat the Coyotes 4-3, and it was insane. And I'm like, all right, cool. Please just rest up. I see Tyler Seguin out the night before, like partying and up and everything. And I'm like, Tyler, please don't. You're going to ruin this entire game tomorrow. We're going to lose because of you. No. Surprising. I'm going to let you talk first on this one, though.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, when you have a Winter Classic, a lot of the pre-talk to it is how's the ice surface going to be, because it's outdoors. It's totally different, and especially this year with it being in Texas. It's 55 degrees at game time, so you're thinking, how are they going to keep that ice surface nice? What they did is lucked out, and they lucked out. They didn't have any sun. They were not sure how you said you were wrong about the condition of the ice, Jeff. It was real good. Honestly, the players even said it was really good. It was very fast. And I think what happened was Dallas wasn't prepared for how fast the ice was going to be. I think, honestly, it would kind of overwhelm them a little bit. Not even going to talk about the Corey Perry thing because we're going to come back to that. But honestly, just poor officiating, honestly, early. And Dallas almost killed off the first penalty. Do you got to do this?
Yes, I do.
Oh, my gosh.
Because I got to just say, I'm speaking on the behalf of the Nashville Predators. Y'all got lucky with that call. Okay, y'all really got lucky with that call.
Yeah.
Special guest referee here.
Yeah, okay.
See me at yeah. Y'all got lucky with that Corey Perry call.
They did. It wasn't a wild flag. I mean, Jeff Stackhouse and I talked about this today. You could see the replay any way you want to. Talk about it now. It wasn't like he was wildly flailing an elbow out there.
He was going for it.
It was honestly just a stupid call, terrible call.
He's got relations with Ryan Ellis. He plays with Ryan Ellis. In fact, I'm pretty sure he went on vacation with Ryan Ellis over the summer. He took his family with Ryan Ellis's family over the summer. He's not like he hates Ryan Ellis.
Yeah.
And you can obviously see his body language as he's going in the penalty box. He didn't mean to. The first thing he was asking about when that game was over is Ryan okay? Is he okay?
Yeah.
He didn't mean it. I swear to you, he didn't mean it.
Yeah, I don't think that. I think they got that call kind of screwed up. 5-minute major, eject the guy from the game. Terrible.
I could see
what happened though.
4-minute major. I can see that.
But here's the thing. Here's what happened. The Stars started to catch it on a little bit towards the end of the first period. They figured out the speed of the ice. The ice was very fast. It was a cloudy day. It was a good day for goaltenders. It wasn't bright. And honestly, Ben Bishop said it wasn't bad until the third period when they turned the stadium lights on and they got some glare. Didn't say anything about it. Honestly, it was a great game. Stars came out in the second period, got their legs under them a bit, and dominated from about halfway through the second period right through the third period, put in 4 goals in a row, uncontested, and win the game. And it was solid. I'm telling you, got to watch out for the Stars. We said it. We were talking about it before when we did our season preview. And I think you guys weren't as high on the Stars. I'm going to the finals. And honestly,
I have a
If they're playing as well as they're playing right now, they're going. They're going. Teams they've got, and honestly, their first line isn't playing that great. And if they're winning like this, I mean, they're hot. They're winning like this without their first line being anything. Look out. Wait till Ben catches it back up with the rest of the team again. It's all these young guys doing it too. It's all these young guys. So it's
that boy Dennis Gurianov, man. I'm telling you.
Gurianov, Heiskanen, Hintz is having a great year. He leads the team in goals.
Matthias Janmark.
Yeah, these guys are just playing great. Just playing great. So I really enjoyed the game. Jeff, I agree. Especially the Stars jerseys. I was not impressed with the Predators. Like EJ said, it looks like they didn't put much of an effort into it, although they are kind of classic. From a sense, they look like from a bygone. But it's the Stars jerseys were fantastic. Oh, I love the white coming down off the shoulder. Great stuff. Really, really good. Yeah, great jerseys.
Yeah, that'll be one I gotta look for the coach.
Yes.
Speaking of the Dallas Stars jersey, Corey Perry played literally 5 minutes in the game. Actually, maybe even less than that. And
5 minutes.
That his jersey. They're selling the game worn jersey. Guess how much money it was at? It was at around $800, $750, $800, and then they weren't even an hour into the auction, and it went up to $800 because that arguably will probably live in infamy and probably will be one of the most famous walk of shames in sports history just ever.
Yeah.
That will be a memorable moment, just him walking and getting booed by everyone. He's my player. He's on my team now.
Well, honestly,
him walking down like that his walk of shame was priceless. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I was real mad about it because the referee shouldn't have done that to him, but
true. Very, very true. That
was priceless. And now the jersey's selling for a lot of money. And I guess they're donating the money to most of the jerseys.
They do a lot of. Listen, it's
funny,
just like
dude.
the local Penguins. They do a lot of that stuff. They donate tons of the money to whatever the team's charity is. They just auction off the jerseys. So yeah, they'll make a lot of money. That was a huge crowd too. 85,630 in the Cotton Bowl to see that game yesterday. And I'll quote Jeff again. Yeah, hockey's dead, huh? It's not dead. It's not dead. You get 85,630 fans in Texas to come out and see a hockey game on New Year's Day in the Cotton Bowl. That's getting something done. Loved it. Thought it was great. They had a nice little rodeo off to the side there, and it was just wonderful. Loved it. Great game, great day, great setup. So, any other thoughts on it?
Yeah, no. I'm just really glad that finally, after 12 years, we got one.
Nice. Nice. Looking forward to the Stadium Series too in February
at the Avalanche at
the Air Force Academy. So NHL, wake up! Invite all the servicemen on the base for free. Let them go into the game for free. It's the best thing you can do.
I'll be really curious to see what they do with the Kings because I already know the Avalanche are going to do the same little Colorado Rocky little logo that they do 24/7. I'm really, really concerned with what the Kings are going to do. Hopefully they don't mess it up. Because their Stadium Series jersey in, 2014 against the Ducks at Dodger Stadium,
well,
they were really cool. Those gray ones, I liked those a lot.
Yeah.
But I hope they do something maybe they incorporate more purple into their jersey. Because I really liked your purple second.
Oh, I agree.
That was really cool. That jersey that you had.
King's purple in the jerseys is very cool. I agree.
So I like
very
that.
Cool.
But
all right.
We're just
so
I gotta end this off.
Number 5, you said you
so
have a question.
I have a trivia thing since we're starting the new decade. Here's a little trivia for all of you. Who do you think would know this one? Get ready. So, who was the first team of the 2010s decade to win the Stanley Cup? I'll give you one guess. Who won the 2010 Stanley Cup?
The 2010 Stanley Cup?
I know all of this. I can go all the way back to the 50s with this, but
Well, I know that the Penguins won in 2008.
2009.
9.
Red Wings won.
Eight season into 9.
Yeah.
So that would be the 2009 season into 2010 that you're talking about?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm going to say, well, I narrowed it down to 2 teams. I'm wasting too much time on this. They're probably both wrong. So, in my mind, it's either Anaheim or Chicago.
One of those is correct.
Yeah, see, so I'm pretty close. I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm going to say it's Anaheim.
It's not Anaheim. They won in 2007.
Okay.
Chicago beat the Philadelphia Flyers in what is known as
That's
the
right.
ghost goal, when it went under Michael Layton's leg and into the back of the net, and nobody knew it was in until he was just like freaking out and like, yeah, I won the Stanley Cup, and everybody was like, dude, you're insane. And then they're like, oh my gosh, the puck is actually in the back of the net. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So that's one of the most memorable moments in sports history ever. That put him on the map. They drafted him in 2007. Columbus, the draft in Columbus, they drafted Patrick Kane, and they're like, he might do a little bit.
A little bit.
Here he is. He scored them a Stanley Cup winner. They hadn't won since the 50s or whatever, 60s.
It had been a while. It was. I remember. Again, I knew that when the Blackhawks finally won one, it was a drought. They were comparing it to the White Sox drought when it took them all that time, and to win all that. So yes, yeah. I remember a lot of talk about that at the time. So
yeah,
that's cool.
2010 was the Chicago Blackhawks. 2000 was the New Jersey Devils when they beat us. The 1991 was the Edmonton Oilers, and the 1980 that was the New York Islanders. And you can just go back from there. It gets sometimes there's teams once you get back past like the 50s. There's teams that like played in the Stanley Cup and like won the Stanley Cup, and you're just like, wait a minute, that existed. like the Philadelphia Quakers. Like I would have never guessed that was
right.
a team, right?
Well, yeah, but that's not a. That's not.
The Blackhawks won 2010.
Yeah, they did.
Who do you guys think is going to win in 2020? You should email us.
Yeah, definitely. Leave your comments. Who you think is going to win the Stanley Cup this year? There's some really good stuff going on out there. Obviously, as you can tell, we love hockey.
Yeah.
Thanks for the show this week, everybody. We appreciate it. A little bit on the abbreviated side, but you know what? We want to keep things rolling and keep people interested. Tom Stavitsky thinks that the Blackhawks is the most racist team name in professional sports. Yeah, I'm not going to debate any of that stuff. I've got my own opinions. People will listen. Change the team names, and people will complain about that. It is my opinion that people will find something to complain about no matter what. The way to make things go away is just to ignore them. So I'm going to ignore team names like the Blackhawks and the Redskins and all that stuff.
And the Indians.
Quite frankly, got to move on. That's just my opinion. But that's where I'm at on it. Everybody, appreciate the time tonight. Thanks for stopping by. Remember, you can always email it at assistsportspodcast@gmail.com. You can come to our Facebook page. Leave us comments. Comment on our posts. I try to post things when I can. Just comment on our posts. Comment on, what you want to hear from the show. Anything you want to cover. Any questions you want answered. We'd love to have those. I mean, we answer them as they come up here. They're still kind of climbing in. So it's a tough thing to always be making up the stuff on your own, and we want your help. We want to hear what you want to hear. So let us know. Let's get those cards and letters coming in, and of course you can always catch our show. You can always check it out here on Facebook Live. You can go to our Facebook page and see it, any of our shows, and you can also go to the YouTube page where you can leave comments as well. And you can always subscribe there. It'll let you know when there's a new show available to watch. So, any other thoughts before we roll on out?
Yeah, no, just what he said, Once again, though, thanks for the support. I'm just going to leave you off with this one. Did you know that Zdeno Chara and Joe Thornton both, and Patrick Marleau, now that I'm seeing it on the TV. Funny how that just came up. But there are 3 people in the NHL who skated in 4 different decades.
4 different, that's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy.
As of today.
4 different decades.
Just like
that's
just
insane.
like Gordie Howe did.
That's
50s, 60s, 70s, 80s.
That's insane. That's insane. I'll answer this question before we go. What do you think of the future of the Devils and the Sabres? Well, before the last year and a half or so, Tom, I would have said the Sabres they're not going anywhere. They're a good young team right now, and they impress me. And what's happened is they've made some under-the-radar trades, and they've gotten some really good young talent. What they've got is they've finally got a good mix with Jack Eichel and some other guys that have been there for a while, and they're playing pretty well. So I think the Sabres can continue doing things the way they do it now, and I think their future is pretty bright. What do you think about the future of the Devils? What do you think about them?
Well, I'll probably be watching the Devils sometime soon on TV because we know that.
Well, they're on right now.
Well, I know they're on TV right now, but I'll probably watch them some other time because I think the Stars play them sometime in March or whatever. But hopefully, I like they beat us in 2000. That's great, but I still like them. I mean, and so I want to cheer them. I want to see them do well. But at the moment, I think that they are flat out just at rebuild mode.
They are. Yeah.
The future of them is not going to be bright for the next 1 or 2 seasons. But I'm gonna tell you right now, if they can acquire some young talent, maybe if they can even win the draft lottery, Lafreniere, man, I'll tell you,
what they gotta do.
He is going to be big. If somebody can get Lafreniere in the draft.
Well, no, but wait a second. Didn't the Devils get one of the top players in last year's draft? Didn't they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they did.
So they're going to have a young team.
They're going
It's not going to be big for the first and second seasons.
So they went this year in free agency, and who did they sign?
I don't remember.
Didn't they sign Simmons?
No, they signed Wayne Simmons and PK Subban.
Right. They've got both of those guys, and they had Taylor Hall. And what happened? They traded away Taylor Hall. Now, you got to get something in return, and I think with some of the young guys they have, they got to start building around them. So I think Subban and Simmons, you brought them in to
build around Nico Hischier.
You brought those 2 guys in there for some veteran leadership and just to put an edge on your team a little bit, because the Devils used to be a nasty team that nobody wanted to play, man.
2012.
Especially when they had Marty Brodeur in goal, and you just weren't going to score, and then they were going to beat the heck out of you all night too. And so that's just what it was. I think the Sabres are further ahead than the Devils, but honestly, it won't take long for the Devils to catch up. That's just what I feel like. So I think both of those teams, watch out the next 2-3 years. Really watch out, especially the Sabres early on, but I think you can see the Devils catch on really, really quickly here and really go at it. So with that, we'll go ahead and close out the evening. Appreciate everybody's comments, everybody tuning in, really, really. And let us know what you want to talk about. Obviously, we love the hockey, we love the football. We'll have more NFL playoffs next week.
And baseball's coming soon.
Baseball's coming real soon. Mark Youngblood, I'm talking to you, buddy. Pitchers and catchers report in about a month. So we're definitely going to be talking to you. We've got a lot of we got NFL playoffs coming up. We got college football College football national championship. We'll talk about it next week's show because that game is the following Monday. And we got a lot. We've got NHL All-Star break coming up and lots of stuff.
Let us know if you want us to do a specific show for March Madness on going through our brackets.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, we are doing that. There's no way we'll cover that. We'll have to do a separate show for that. There's no way. No way we can get it all in.
Maybe we'll get a 2-show night. You never know.
We'll
never know.
No, because the brackets come out on Sundays. We're gonna have to do like a Monday night
Score.
show.
But
Gonna have
that's
to do a
goalie
Monday night
interference.
show.
That's goalie interference.
Is that gonna get waved off?
It might get waved off. He got pushed into the net.
Yeah, it looks like the Islanders just scored here
Goalie interference.
on Devils. 1-0 Islanders. Good night, everybody.